Do you suffer from tired legs or numb feet? Today, you'll discover 7 vitamins scientifically proven to improve circulation from head to toe. These can relieve annoying and dangerous symptoms in the limbs, all the while boosting overall health and reducing your risk of stroke. Deficiency in these vitamins is surprisingly common, which makes supplementation enticing. However, too much can be dangerous, so balance is vital here. Food should be the first option, and we'll explore the best sources, as well as tips to consider whether supplementation is a good idea for you or not. We'll also reveal an overlooked vitamin, which has been shown to improve flow-mediated dilation by over 9%. If you or someone you love struggles with poor circulation and cold extremities, pay close attention. Ignoring the warning signs can lead to dangerous outcomes like heart disease or even amputation. However, making a few simple changes can reduce your risk substantially. More importantly, optimizing your circulation gives you back the freedom and joy in your life. Remember to click the thumbs up and subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest videos. First up, vitamin D isn't traditionally linked to circulation issues, but scientists are now starting to understand its importance. Recent research reveals vitamin D deficiency plays a role in peripheral artery disease, restricting arteries in the leg, reducing blood flow, and causing serious problems. In fact, a 2011 study found that people with low vitamin D have a significantly higher risk, not only of peripheral artery disease, but also of leg amputation due to complications. Moreover, vitamin D deficiency isn't only a concern for circulation, but is also associated with bone weakness and osteoporosis, increased risk of colon cancer, impaired lung function, and heart attack. Unlike the vitamins we'll discuss next, we don't get much vitamin D from our food. Yes, you'll get some from fatty fish, eggs, and fortified dairy products, but the majority of our vitamin D comes from the big ball in the sky, the sun. Vitamin D is synthesized by our skin when we're exposed to sun, which is why it's a good idea to get regular short sessions of sun on your chest, arms, and legs. Moving on, supplementation is a popular topic these days, but you want to be very careful with vitamin D supplements. It's true that deficiency is common, especially for people living in colder countries, or if you take medication to lower cholesterol, like cholestyramine or cholesterol, as these can reduce absorption. Likewise, steroids, some weight loss drugs like orlistat, phenobarbital anti-epileptic drugs, and HIV drugs can affect vitamin D metabolism. But if you're concerned about your vitamin D levels, it's vital you get tested before taking a supplement. Recent studies show that excess vitamin D from supplementation is angiotoxic, leading to vascular calcification and actually increasing the risk for heart attack. So aim for natural sources through sun exposure and foods. And before taking a supplement, talk to your healthcare professional and ask for a comprehensive blood panel for vitamin deficiencies. Soon, we'll discuss a mineral that aids vitamin D function. But first, at number 2, we have vitamin E. Vitamin E reinforces blood vessels, enhances viscosity for better flow, and helps to prevent blood clots. Beyond circulation, vitamin E has antioxidant properties, preventing the oxidation of cholesterol, and in turn reducing plaque buildup in arteries, also known as atherosclerosis heart disease. Atherosclerosis is the number 1 cause of heart attack, and poor circulation is an early warning sign, so getting enough vitamin E makes a big difference. Food rich in vitamin E include almonds, hazelnuts, pine nuts, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds. Fruits like avocado, kiwi, mango, blueberries, and blackberries. Leafy greens such as spinach, Swiss chard, kale, and mustard greens. Swap out refined cooking oils for antioxidant-rich olive oil, which is also going to boost your vitamin E intake. And make fatty fish like salmon, trout, mackerel, and sardines a regular in your meal rotation. Most people can get enough vitamin E through a balanced diet. However, people taking anticoagulants or antiplatelet drugs, as well as weight loss drugs, can have trouble with vitamin E. Just like vitamin D, supplementation can be helpful if you're deficient. However, excess is associated with metabolic acidosis and impaired blood clotting, problems which you want to avoid at all costs. As always, getting your vitamins from whole foods is best. At number 5, magnesium isn't actually a vitamin, but one of the most important minerals when it comes to circulation. It's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions, with knock-on effects for blood pressure, cardiovascular health, thyroid function, asthma, circulation, and more. Crucially, vitamin D also depends on magnesium. So even if you're getting plenty of vitamin D, your body can't do much with it if you don't have enough magnesium. Studies show that up to 20% of people are magnesium deficient, making it an incredibly important one to be aware of. Cramping is a common sign of magnesium deficiency, a symptom that many people mistake for poor circulation. So if you suffer from leg cramps, looking at your magnesium levels might be a good idea. Foods rich in magnesium include leafy greens like spinach and kale, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and legumes. Beyond food, another great way to boost your magnesium is with a relaxing Epsom salt bath. Epsom salt is rich in magnesium sulfate and is absorbed through your skin in the bath, helping to soothe muscles and improve circulation. Next, vitamin B3, also known as niacin, improves circulation by dilating blood vessels. In the 1900s, a strange disease gripped the United States and Europe. Doctors believed pellagra was an infectious disease, leading to red, itchy, painful lesions on the legs and feet. Over 100,000 people died of pellagra before Dr. Joseph Goldberger discovered that it wasn't an infection at all, but a lack of niacin in people's diet. Essentially, niacin relaxes your arteries and veins so blood can flow efficiently to the limbs, ensuring proper skin repair and supporting nerve function. Niacin is water-soluble, so unlike fat-soluble vitamins, it's not stored in your body. That means you need to consume it regularly to maintain optimal levels, and any excess is excreted through urine. Most people get enough niacin through their diet, with rich sources including poultry, fish, avocados, and green vegetables. However, excess alcohol consumption can reduce niacin levels. Of course, too much alcohol can cause a number of health issues, but if you choose to drink regularly, you may need to consume more niacin, or talk to your doctor about supplementation. Incorporating niacin-rich drinks into your diet can be a good way to boost your intake. Particularly beneficial drink options include coconut water, beetroot juice, and kombucha. For more ideas on that, watch our video on the 13 best drinks for heart health. We'll leave a link in the description. For anyone considering niacin supplementation, it's important to note that it can interact with diabetes medications, affecting blood sugar levels, and with blood thinners, potentially increasing the risk of bleeding. Coming up, we have a key vitamin for collagen, and 2 vitamins that work together to boost circulation to the feet. At number 3, we have vitamin C. Vitamin C is pivotal for overall vascular health, primarily due to its crucial role in collagen production. Collagen, the most abundant protein in our bodies, strengthens blood vessels and supports vascular integrity. As a water-soluble vitamin, our bodies cannot store vitamin C, so daily consumption is key. While many plants contain vitamin C, Some of the best sources include citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. By incorporating vitamin C rich foods into your diet, you're not only aiding your circulatory system, but also boosting your immune system, enhancing skin health, and protecting against oxidative stress. At number 2, we have vitamin B12, which is incredibly important for various repair mechanisms, but one that many people don't get enough of. B12 aids in the production of red blood cells, which are vital for carrying oxygen throughout the body. Low B12 causes anemia, where your red blood cell count is low, or your blood cells don't contain enough hemoglobin to function properly, leading to fatigue, weakness, and poor circulation. B12 is also crucial for repairing nerve cells, and plays a role in heart health by keeping homocysteine levels in check. When you eat certain foods, your body produces homocysteine, which is then used as a building block for other repair processes. But if you're low in B12, this link in the chain is broken. It's like trying to make bread without an oven. As a result, homocysteine accumulates in your blood, actually damaging artery walls and making it easier for plaque to form, increasing the risk of heart attack or stroke. On top of that, because the homocysteine can't be used for its intended purpose, there's also an increased risk for weak bones and cognitive decline, confusion, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. B12 works together with the next vitamin we'll discuss to keep this process working optimally. But because B12 is mainly found in animal-based foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products, it can be difficult for vegetarians and vegans to get enough. A study involving 50 deficient vegetarians who took B12 daily for 12 weeks showed a significant 9.5% improvement in flow-mediated dilation, a measure of how well blood vessels expand to accommodate blood flow. Likewise, certain medications can reduce B12 absorption, such as proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux, and metformin for diabetes. Excess alcohol can also reduce B12 absorption, so if you fit into any of those categories, talk to your healthcare provider about whether supplementation may be right for you. At number 1, B12 works synergistically with vitamin B9, also called folate, to modulate homocysteine and more. Folate also supports healthy cell division and DNA synthesis, crucial for optimal blood function. Though many foods contain folate, deficiency is common. Liver is rich in both folate and B12, and for plant-based sources, get plenty of leafy greens like spinach, kale, collards, and bok choy, as well as avocados, asparagus, okra, wakame seaweed, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. Legumes like beans, peas, and lentils are also good sources, along with fruits like banana, papaya, and oranges. B9 is extremely important during pregnancy, as it plays a crucial role in preventing birth defects. For that reason, many countries fortify cereals, breads, flours, pastas, and rice with synthetic versions called folic acid. However, as we've discussed in our other videos, these grain-based foods are bad news for anyone concerned about heart health. So you're better off getting your fill from the natural foods we outlined. Making sure you get enough of these vitamins is just the first step. To keep your blood functioning optimally, it's important to understand what foods increase the risk for blood clots. For more on that, watch our video on the 7 worst foods that cause blood clots. We'll leave a link to that in the description box. We hope you have found this useful. Click the like and subscribe buttons to see more on these topics.